Hi guys, anyone who's watched my channel for more than 15 seconds knows that I do not shut up about the Falcam Tree Root Travel Tripod. I love this thing. I use it multiple times a day. Every day I take it with me everywhere. It's worth its weight in gold to me, and I'm getting a lot of feedback from viewers who purchase this tripod, and they absolutely love it as well. So I like to highlight this thing as often as I can because it makes everybody happy. And I'm happy to say that Falcam is also fleshing out their lineup. They're offering a lower priced budget option. This is the light version, even cheaper, and now they have a pro version. Look at this behemoth. So if you're like doing hardcore birding, that sounds weird. If you are taking a lot of photos with heavy lenses and cameras, that sounds more appropriate. This thing just may be your jam. And the prices are still quite reasonable when you compare them to very professional tripods, because really good tripods, like really good anything, usually cost you. If you look at tripods by Gitzo or Really Right Stuff, you can get into the thousands of dollars for a professional tripod. And these things compete with those professional tripods at a fraction of the cost, and that is one of the reasons that I like them so much. But I also like Deals. I'm Deals Bennett. That's what my friends call me. Nobody calls me that. But Deals Bennett, he likes it when there's a nice sale on, so I usually wait until Falcam is doing a sale, and then I will do a video on the travel tripod here, the Tree Root. But here's the thing. They know that, and they said, why don't you just have a coupon? Take a coupon, 20%, which is as much as they ever put these things on sale for everything on their websites. Like, this isn't sponsored, but they did send these tripods, and they were just so sick of me waiting for sales. They're like, take it. Here's the coupon. So you guys, I'll be using that coupon myself. I buy Falcam stuff all the time. 20%. That is pretty good. But listen, even without that coupon, these things are worth their full retail price. But we have the coupon, so we're not just going to throw money down the toilet. Am I right? Anyway, let's talk about it. Oh, and I will also mention towards the end a tripod that you might want to consider if you want the ultimate lightweight carry. It is related to these Falcam tripods, but not made exclusively by Falcam. This is the Ulanzi and Coleman with the Falcam F38 quick release head, but this thing is so small and light. You may want to consider this, so stay tuned for that. So let's talk about the differences between the three tripods besides the price and which one might be right for you. I think the majority of the people are going to find themselves most happy with this, the Tree Root Quick Lock, the original, the classic, if you will. This thing, the ball head here, it just can take 90% of all Arca Swiss plates. So if you got a cage here, like one of these small rig cages, you just click that on. Or if you just use the F38 plate that comes with it, these tiny little plates that I have on the bottom of all of my gear, that just snaps in as well. Then you are good to go. Now, this one here, the light, it is an F38 plate, and you can click that in like that, but you can't use a cage. You can't use anything else other than an F38 quick release plate. So that in itself may make a lot of people want this one over this one. However, someone like me, I have F38 on the bottom of everything, so that isn't a deal breaker for me. This big boy right here, the Pro, is actually legs only. That is all you get when you buy this tripod. You can buy a tripod head separately. I will talk about that in a bit, but these are the legs right here, so you don't have anything that clicks on. You get your own ball head, your own Arca Swiss, whatever you want, or grab one of these from Falcam, and then you have the same functionality that you get here with the Falcam Quick Lock, but this is an even sturdier ball head with more features. Now, another reason I love these tripods so much is the quick release system. So even though it's a twisting mechanism, it's a patented 1/3 of a twist. So you do this, and now they're all loose, and they just come out. Tighten it like that, you are done. It is so fast to deploy these legs. I was always a flip lock kind of guy when it came to tripods until I got a hold of these Tree Roots, and now this 1/3 turn, so easy to do. It's faster to me than having to do all of the flip locks, because it's hard to do those all at once, especially if you're wearing gloves, and if it's cold outside, it hurts your digits. This big rubber grips, boom, and you are done. I love it. And also having that circular column and having using a twist lock, tightening all around the circular column all at once. It distributes the weight better, and it's one of the reasons these tripods are so much sturdier than something like the Peak Design carbon fiber tripod, which I have here, by the way, but I think for the money you're getting a much better value with these 3 tripods, especially when it comes to stability. Now you have your flip locks here, which I no longer love compared to that third of a turn, but what you will notice with these flip locks is that also you're getting a lot more flex in the legs of the Peak Design compared to the rounded shape with the twist lock on the Falcam. At their full heights, the quick lock and the light are actually remarkably close. They both have an internal column that can be extended, and this one goes to 61 inches total right here when you extend the center column, and the light goes to 60.5 inches. So 61 inches, 60.5 inches, very close. Now, when the center column is extended, this is a sturdier tripod than right here with the light. But this light is still very sturdy for a very lightweight travel tripod. The Ulanzi and Coleman quick release tripod, when you extend that, you have a much more precarious thing on the top. So I never really extend this one or any other travel tripod like the Peak Design carbon fiber travel tripod. I don't extend the center column. I don't like the wobble, but you can extend the center column on this guy and still have a shake-free existence. You just can't take it too far. This one is more sturdy with the center column extended. Now with the Pro, legs alone is 59.5 inches, but you need to put some kind of ball head on top there. So it's going to be taller than that. If you use the one from Falcam that I have here, it goes to 63.5 inches. So that will give you the tallest tripod out of the bunch. And you talk about sturdiness. I can't find a proper word. Rock solid is not enough, because this one is rock solid even with the center column extended. This thing, you're not extending a center column at all, so you can just put whatever you want on this and it's going nowhere. This is just an absolute beast of a tank of a tripod. I can't believe, and it's not that heavy, relatively speaking, when you get the sturdiness that you get for the weight. I am surprised. So let's talk about the weight. Actually, this one is 1,752 grams, so 1.7 kilograms, but now you're going to need this ball head maybe, so this is 626 grams. You're talking about maybe 2.3 kilograms for this setup right there. And when you compare it to things like the Gitsos and the Really Right Stuff tripod, which this is clearly as sturdy as, you are getting a much more lightweight and a much more affordable tripod. So if you are a professional bird photographer, wildlife photographer, and you need something to last you forever out in the elements and not have any camera shake, no matter how big your 800 millimeter lens is, boy oh boy, this Pro is the way to go. The TreeRoot Quick Lock Original is 1,515 grams, so about 1.5 kilograms, and certainly that is a very manageable weight. I take this around all the time. But this one is only 1,284 grams, so not even 1.3 kilograms, a very lightweight carry, a joy to take around. However, this little Ulanzi and Coleman tripod is 1,095 grams. It feels like you're carrying nothing. I just throw this in my carry-on suitcase and I just don't feel it. So if I ever think maybe I'll need a tripod or I need a really light carry because I'm going to be doing a lot of walking, I still can't recommend this Ulanzi and Coleman one enough. It is just so small and light, even lighter than this guy. This is definitely more sturdy and you can raise that center column. This one I wouldn't do that. However, so light, and you can pan on this one. You can't pan on this one. I'll get to that. In terms of what they can handle, the legs themselves can handle 40 kilograms. They can do 20 kilograms of a camera in a regular position with the head recessed. If you are extending the column and the camera is in its regular position, it will do 10 kilograms. And if you are trying to use the camera in, say, a vertical position, you are doing some kind of vertical photography where the camera is hanging down on the side of the ball head, they recommend no more than 3 kilograms for that particular circumstance. This guy can take 50 kilograms on the leg. The head can take the same 20 kilograms when it is recessed or 10 kilograms when it is extended. However, if you're shooting in vertical position, now you get 5 kilograms on this more heavy-duty ball head. Now, it's saying the Pro can take 50 kilograms on its legs, but I think it can hold a lot more than that. I think I'm 70 kilograms and I was hanging off this thing, no trouble at all. This is a ridiculously sturdy tripod. And if you have this head attached here, the XB3R, this thing can take at least 20 kilograms when the camera is straight, and in a vertical position, they recommend no more than 7 kilograms. I can't imagine any setup that anyone has for photography that these legs and this ball head wouldn't be able to handle. All of the tripods feature a built-in spike that is there under the rubber feet, and I have used these tripods in tons of airports. Nobody has ever questioned it. These things are on really stiff. You have to know exactly where to push on them to get them off. So no TSA, nobody's ever bothered me about these tripods. You just put that on there, see, nice and sturdy, and then nobody will ever know there's a spike there. However, when you need a spike, it is there. When it comes to getting low to the ground shots, the Pro is going to be much more simple because there's no center column. The other two have center columns, so you have to deal with that. But this guy, you just press the button here, and then you can spread out the legs, splay them, if you will, by pressing these nice machined buttons, and now you are good to go. Put that down on the ground with your crazy heavy setup and you'll be fine. With these two, what you want to do is either invert your center column and have your camera hanging down, flip your image in post, or break apart the center column. Now, it's very easy with this quick lock because everything about this tripod is quick. You just press that button and then there you go. Now I have cut it in, not half, there's only a little bit left there, and I can spread the legs on that, put it down on the ground for my low to the ground shot. This one a little more complicated in that you need to take out the tool from the bottom, and then there is a little hole in the top here. It's kind of like the way Peak Design does it. You put that tool down and then you can unscrew it there and break the column apart that way. The light and the quick lock both have the exact same size center column, so any accessories you buy for this guy, you can buy over here. If you just want to take lighter legs instead of heavier legs, and you have both tripods like I do, I could just take the center column from this one and put it over here. So that's great. Hopefully they will sell this ball head with this specific center column so that I can buy this for this because I prefer this ball head. The Pro doesn't take any kind of center column. It just has a screw here for a heavy duty ball head. It does have a hook here if you want even more stability. Hang something heavy there. This thing can take it. Talking about the ball heads, I've already said this one takes only f38 plates. These two right here, they take 90% of all Arca Swiss plates, including f38. These two work exactly the same in terms of their top mechanism. What's great about this guy compared to this one is that you can pan on this particular tripod, whereas this one, when you undo the lever, you have to pan and hold your camera at the same time. The whole thing goes floppy. I wish it did have a separate panning function. Sometimes I like to take a panorama, and this one also has a tension adjustment. So if you wanted it to be loose or tight when you're making your adjustments, you have a little tension knob, and that is great. This heavy duty ball head is so well made. It costs about $269. I believe, and it actually has two separate panning functions. You can pan here on the top just like you can with the quick lock tripod, but there's also another panning button here on the bottom. So if you want to pan down here this way, and you can make it tighter or stiffer. Over here we have a very easy to turn lock that can tighten very, very tightly. So if you want to make it loose and then just go around, no problem. It's so smooth. This ball head is so smooth, where you can just tighten it right up so that you can't move it at all, no matter how much force you put on it. And this will also do the vertical video. It has two little slots to put it down into a vertical position. Put it over here or put it over here. So the way you can manipulate this thing, the sky is the limit with all of the adjustments you can make. Last point before I get into the price is that these two actually use a stronger form of carbon fiber, so you will get even less shakes in your shot with these very, very stiff tripods. This is still great. The carbon fiber is wonderful. You don't get a lot of shakes at all, but it is one of the reasons there is more flex in this one than these two right here. It's also one of the reasons this is cheaper than these two. This full retail is $299, but with my coupon, it comes out to $239. To me, that is more than worth it for this tripod. I would spend $239 on this all day long. This one, $499 retail price, but with the coupon is $399. $399 for a tripod that I think competes with $1,500 tripods. I think this is so great. I couldn't recommend it more highly. If you have a chance, try it out. I think you're going to love it. The Pro Legs over here. Let's bring over this bad boy. These Pro Legs, full retail price, $699 and $559 if you use the 20% off coupon. Now, if you go out and try other Pro Leg tripods and you compare them to this Falcam Tree Root Pro, you will notice that this thing is as good or better than $1,500 or $2,000 tripod legs. So great, so sturdy, that quick lock system. They also have a 6-year guarantee warranty on Falcam, so no worries for the first 6 years. They will just replace your tripod, fix you up as good as new. Now, the ball head itself is $269, so you get 20% off that as well. And if you are a pro wildlife photographer or have aspirations to be a pro wildlife photographer, this is a fantastic value. This ball head and these legs, I love it so much. Now, like I said, I will mention this tripod. It is $299, and also by coincidence, 20% off, I believe, on Ulanzi's website. Right now, you do get a panning head with this one and such a lightweight carry. I really do love this tripod. I just wouldn't extend the center column when I am taking my photos. I would leave the head recessed, but it's lighter than this one, a little less sturdy, but still plenty sturdy. I love this tripod too, and this fits the bill for a lot of people. Now, I know it's a little weird to be this excited about tripods, but this Tree Root tripod and the entire system here, it has changed everything for me in terms of my shooting. I love recommending it. I love getting the feedback that people also love it. It is not that easy to find a fantastic tripod that just suits your needs and doesn't have these little annoyances that just grate on you over time. This one doesn't have that at all. You just love it more and more as the days go by. So let me know down below if you have one, if you've tried one out. What do you think? Is it still too rich for your blood? You just want a basic tripod to hold up your camera to look at your pretty mug? Let me know down below. We'll have a nice little discussion about it. Hey, thanks for watching this. We'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.